Hello and welcome to this video from Medicare Bridge. In the previous video, we're going to show how to create a high availability configuration with the cloud security PriCPA in Google Cloud. In the previous video, we shown how to um, create the cloud security connector, how to do the VPCs, and how to deploy the connector with Terraform, the creation of the route, all traffic via the connector, because private traffic will connect other places and public traffic via outbound firewall functionality will reach the internet. Then if we do a review of our previous configuration, we did the VPCs and we set up a route via the connector via the connector A. Okay, and I have the instance. Let me refresh this. I have my instance here, connector A. It's all good. I have access to the connector A via the Bastion host, and also I can get access to the Ubuntu server that is behind the connector. Okay. PriCPA is working well, and all this setup is okay. What I want to add now is another connector to create high availability configuration, and we will show how to configure this connector B, create and configure. And but before that, let's understand how this works. It's an active passive configuration. The installation is in the same internal VPCs. The B will be in the same VPCs and subnets than the A. This VPC is exactly the same as this one. It's split for purpose of the diagram, but it's the same. And how it works. Remember that PriCPA by design is three components: the public IP of the PriCPA site or VPC or the place, the subnets behind, and one IP for the local node, one IP of the private cloud. These three values. When we are on high availability, this public IP is the same for both. How is the same for both? Let me explain how it works. When the A, that was the active, is going down, the B will detect, okay, A is down. Then what the B will do is to pick up via Google CLI is to pick up the public IP of the A and pass and move it to the B. The same, similar, will do with the gateway IP. Our route was via the CSC A, but because now it's down, the B will pick up all routes that I configure on the high availability configuration. I will change the net hop to the CSC gateway IP of B. Then it's a movement from public IP and the external public IP from I to B. In the routes, internal routes, all routes will be moved via this connector now. It's extremely simple to configure. Extremely simple to configure and to do this. Then let's do the Terraform piece of this. On my configuration, I have the directory for the A. I create another directory for the B. Node B, I copy almost all values except the states from A to B. And I did a little change on these two files. Remember, these files are generic. Let me show the template. All these files, these four files are generic. This is the template from the public cloud, from the Google Marketplace. And I need to touch these two, what are the variables, specific variables for each node. Then let's take a look now. And this is the B. I am node B. And the variables here, the only that I did is to change the name of the instance and the zone is in zone B. This is the variables of the A. As you can see, the only difference are these two values. The rest is the same. This is H key and the VPCs and the project ID and the region, the machine type. Then very easy, just copy and paste and change the name and zone. Also, in configure set data on the A, when we deploy it, we enable PriCPA and all these values. On the B, we are not going to do that. We are going to say no to PriCPA. And that's much it. Then next is to go to the Terraform. I was testing this in advance. I am in the directory of B in Terraform. Then I need to do a Terraform init. All the Terraform plan. Remember that I need to specify these variables. And Terraform, no errors here. Terraform apply. Go. Do you want to do it? Yes. We'll create the public IP for the connectors, the firewall rules, the virtual machine, and all the stuff. And we need to wait a little bit to have all these resources created and to wait for the output. On the output, I will receive the public IPs and the private IP for the internal side. Let's wait a little bit. Okay. Now I have the public IP and the private IP. This IP is services IP. Remember that we are getting the information from the peers file from a bucket, and my bucket is protected by source IP. Then I need to put on my bucket the source IP of the service IPs. And one of the tasks I will do now is going to my bucket. My case is on AWS, but you can use a bucket on Azure and to create rules for the bucket um, or on GCP. In my case, because it's a worldwide network, I'm using two. Honestly, I have some notes on this one and others here. But I come on the permissions of my bucket and I will edit here. I will go to the end. I will delete the previous one that was assigned. That was previous test. And I will put a new one. Okay. Save changes. And that's it. The next step is to wait for this machine to be created. Now I have the demo B. This is the value of the snake. As soon the PriCPA starts, it reboots twice, then it will take some time to be available for SSH, but I will try now. I need to do a couple of things here because it's previous test. Now the IP is number 7 here. And to save and edit here. And I will do 7 and save. Well, I will try to connect the B via the Bastion host via here, but I can connect via PriCPA because this is active. Then I can go via PriCPA and connect here. But then anyway, it's okay. We can go from here or via the Bastion. It depends on probably it's booting now. Then I will need to wait a little bit towards some time. Exit here. This. Let's wait a little bit more. Meanwhile, we are waiting. Well, we can start with the high availability configuration because the machine is active. Then from A, this is a good idea. Let's do from A. I will do the high availability configuration. Go 10. Do you want to act in high availability? Yes. On the first one, we will do manually. Okay, I need to put the route name. Route name. This is my route name. Then route name paste. Now Viewable CLI is checking if everything is okay. And it's telling me this is the route, destination IP, the network, priority tags, blah, 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 blah. Do you want any? Yes. Do you want another route? No, it's my only route. And now it's asking me for the name of the other connector, the number B. And the zone where the connector is installed. Here it is. Okay. Do you want to configure remote keep alive IP? In my case, the answer is no. I will use a local keep alive, then B and A will be doing keep alives each other. But you can use remote keep alive. Remote keep alive is a keep alive via PriCPA. But you need to be sure that the other end, PriCPA is very stable site to do remote keep alive. If you don't have a very small site, you can use local keep alive. In this case, I will say no. I will use local keep alive. Do you want to play changes? Yes. Okay. Now we have this JSON file that is for high availability. And this is the JSON file we need to copy on B to enable high availability. And it's extremely simple configuration, right? It's a route, name of the other, and go to the B. Then let's go to the B. We can go via, let's do via the Bastion host. Okay, I will exit here. It's available via PriCPA, of course, but I will do via the Bastion host to test via Bastion host. Okay, it's telling me the PriCPA is not configured. Some configuration was done automatically here, and like the firewall configuration and the agent and the syslog information. Then now on this one, I will do 10 high availability configuration. Do you want to configure? Yes. In this case, it's JSON file. And let's do via JSON file. Copy and paste. Now it's validating the information. And will show me the status in a second. You check here, show configuration status here on the A. This is the active because you can see the CSC is active. The route is via the next hop number 4, this CSC, and also the public IP is here. This is the public IP 170 for the PriCPA. Remember, the game here is to move the public IP to the B and to move the gateway to the B when the A is down. Good, good, good. High availability now is active on B, and I will do show configuration status. And now high availability is active. Okay. Are using NetHub, this NetHub. And the public IP, the other public IP. But this is not the PriCPA IP here. Then this is the passive one. Now we need to configure PriCPA from here to here. Remember, again, same, we need to copy values from the A because we want to have the same keys and stuff from the A to B when B is active. Then the configuration is extremely simple. Go to 14, show local configuration, and go to 15. Remember, 2 steps, local configuration and PS5. Create or change local configuration. And here, instead of manual, I will say token and chaser. Do you want to continue? Yes. Then copy, paste. And now the JSON file. With this, I have my local configuration created. Do you want to apply values? No. Okay. Service is enabled. And the second configuration I need to do is to load the PriCPA JSON file. I need to put the URL first. Then I'm going to pick up from here private access the peer JSON file. As you can see, I'm not going to. Do you want to refresh? Yes. Compact. Okay. I don't need to do any change on the peer JSON file because the configuration is the same, exactly the same from the A to B, same networks behind and same private rules. I copy the configuration from A to B, then I don't need to touch the generic PRJSON file. The configuration is fine. The only that I need to do is to refresh these values on the number B. Then I'm loading the values on number B, on CSC B. Is creating the rules, is creating the peers, and the next is creating the firewall rules. Okay. And because I did in advance before, there is no change of firewall rules. The firewall rules are already created. If I do now, I'm sorry, important. The last value that from PriCPA is I need to configure the remote management networks. Remote management networks are networks that are remote to the CSC, but from this network, I want to get into the CSC for logs, for SSH or different or SNMP. Then I don't need to forget to configure the management networks. Because the configuration of A and B need to be the same for PriCPA. Management networks and another management network. No more, apply. Okay, good. Now if I do show configuration status, I have on B the same exact values, but the route is via the A, that is the active one. Okay. At the moment, all traffic is active via A. If I go to my Ubuntu server here, this access is via A. If I do crawl HTTP as ip.maidenheadbridge.com, I'm leaving from the IP 170, that is this one, and it's active in A. Okay, what I will do now to test high availability is to is to turn off. Let's turn off the A. It's the only way we'll stop. Skip graph skip the sugar. Stop. It takes time to stop first, and it takes some seconds to for the CLI to the B via CLI to change the values. Then we need to be a little patient here. Meanwhile, well, this is the logs arriving from the B. The last thing we did was to change the management network, showing the logs, system logs. Also, let's see. Also, we have enabled the packet logs. And let's source. Uh, source pre. Student source at query. Yes, without a space. Then this is the packet logs at this moment. The last one was a ping between A and B from the 7 to the 4. This is the keep alive, and there is no block. All allowed, probably all the keep alives, and returns. Okay, no, not too much information here. ICMP protocol ICMP. Well, okay. Let's back to my instance. The instance is stopped now. If I do refresh here, it's stop. If I go to my route, this should change to the B. Let's do refresh here. It's still with the A, not changing yet, but it's in the process of changing. Remember, let's replace what the B is. The B detected the A is down and is moving the routes to here and moving the IP. It takes some seconds because the delay on the Google Cloud CLI is not as fast as we want. Let's wait some seconds more. Now it's creating the route. Okay, via 7. And if I come to the B now, if I do 1, I will see now the public IPs here on B, and the route is via B. Okay, now I can test this going to Ubuntu server. PriCPA is active. If I do okay, this is my internal website. Let's go external ip.maidenhead3.com. Now it's going via the B with this one. Well, this is the end of the demonstration. If I turn on, it's worth to mention, if I turn on the A now, the A will not change to be active. The B will continue to be the active one. Well, thank you very much for your time. I hope you like this video. As you can see, it's extremely simple. Deployed via Terraform, apply high availability, manual in A, copy the JSON in B, and then after do the PriCPA configuration that read the JSONs from A and copy on B and refresh and the network management um, networks if you have it, and that's it. Well, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me directly at lars@medicalbridge.com or at sales@medicalbridge.com via our website or our support site at support.medicalbridge.com. Thank you very much.